Hello, welcome to my channel. So, the United States, the place where I live, it's considered a liberal democracy. Our government is supposed to be of the people, by the people, and for the people. But is it? How closely do our elected politicians represent us actually? In this video, we're going to look into just that. Firstly, let's look at racial makeup. The general racial splits of the U.S. population are as followed. White people make up about 59% of the total U.S. population. Hispanic people make up about 18%. Black people make up about 13.5% of the total U.S. population. Asian people make up about 6% of the total U.S. population. And indigenous people make up about 1 to 2% of the U.S. population. So, how do our representatives do? Are they accurately representing the totality of the American people? Well, for starters, about 72% of our House of Representatives are white Americans, compared to about 59% of the total U.S. population. About 11% of our representatives are Hispanic, compared to 18% of the total U.S. population. When it comes to Asian representatives, about 4% of our current representatives are Asian. This is in comparison to 6% of the U.S. population's total. When it comes to black representation in the House of Representatives, about 12% of our House are black Americans. This is compared to the U.S. population of about 13 to 14%. And finally, when it comes to indigenous Americans in the House of Representatives, about 4 of our representatives are Native American, or 1% or so. This is compared to about 1 to 2% of the U.S. population being indigenous American. So, in total, our House of Representatives still represents white Americans on a higher average than any other demographic, even proportional to the layout of our nation's population, though the percentages are not far off in many regards. Now, let's look at the U.S. Congress. For starters, about 88 of the 100 currently serving senators, so about 88% of our Senate, is white. When it comes to black Americans, they make up about 3% of the Senate, Hispanic senators make up about 6%, and Asian American senators number at 2, with the indigenous senators being just 1, Marquayne Mullin from Oklahoma. Moving on from race, let's look at age and gender. Currently, women account for about 28% of Congress versus 50% of the overall U.S. population. This, of course, means that men make up the remaining 72% of our Congress. When it comes to age, the average age of members of the House is about 58 years old, and the average age of U.S. senators is about 64 years old. For reference, the average age of an American is 38. Finally, let's look at wealth. Firstly, the average income of a U.S. senator is a comfortable $174,000 a year. Very nice. Compared that to the average single-person salary of an American, which is about $33,500 a year. When it comes to net worth, the differences are definitely no better. The average net worth for a senator is around $14 million, while the average net worth for a representative is about $6,500,000. For reference, the average net worth of an American citizen stands around $750,000. So, in conclusion, do our politicians represent us? Well, after looking through the categories of race, gender, age, salary, and net worth, I think it's safe to say no. They do not. They, on average, are older, wealthier, whiter, and better paid than the American citizens that they are elected to represent. Thank you so much for watching, and peace!